Hey everyone, and welcome to the finale of If Every Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character had an Echo Fighter. So far we have gone through the entire roster up to Greninja, and now we're just going to bring it home because we've been doing 10 an episode, but there's about 1.5 episodes worth of stuff here, so we're just going to give a nice little bonus length, feature length episode for the finale. So be sure to leave a like on this video, enjoy it, and be sure to comment about what Echo Fighters you think I should have put in this video and what Echo Fighters you want to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, you know the rules by now. If you don't, please feel free to go back and watch all the other videos in this series. And without further ado, let's begin with... oh god, it's the Mies. Roblox man. So next up, it's my girl, number 54. Palutena, the Goddess of Light. Now, Palutena's actually an interesting one because she's a low tier in Smash 4, and I kind of hope for her to be a bit better, but still kind of a low tier again, because I really want to play Palutena. Like, whether she's good or bad, I'll still play her, but her low tier, you know, having a low tier character you play just makes it sound so much cooler, and I think Palutena could really fit that for me because I just really like the character. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Echo Fighters. So if Palutena were to get an Echo Fighter, who would that be? Of course, it's none other than Medusa from Kid Icarus Uprising. I mean, come on, they literally are light and dark counterparts. It's just a completely easy way to say it. I forgot what I was going to say, sorry. Palutena even has a skin that makes her look like Medusa. Not look, but I mean her dress is the same colour scheme as Medusa. So there's already a reference in there, already on Sakurai's radar, so I don't see why Medusa could be the Echo Fighter for Palutena. Next up, we have PacMan. Now, when I found out PacMan was in Smash, I was so confused yet so amazed, and this is so awesome. But one thing I was expecting, as well as I think everyone else was expecting as well, was a Miss PacMan skin. And we still haven't got one. So maybe we could get one as DLC. Or maybe we get a Miss PacMan Echo Fighter, you know. Maybe she's a bit quicker, does a bit less damage, maybe her move's different. It could be anything. They could be anything. As long as Miss PacMan is in the game, please. DLC skin, I'll buy it if they're doing DLC skins, which I think they could be. Good idea for a video. Haha. But Miss PacMan is my pick for PacMan. Now, unfortunately, I'm not exactly a Fire Emblem expert, and I don't really know any other characters that could fit for Robin. I mean, it's quite a unique character, sword and magic, and they're on a limit, so I can't really think of anyone for Robin, so there's not really much to say. Can't even think of any more skins, because, you know, there's nowhere to range from. I know there's like an evil Robin, I'm sure there is, but unless that's not a thing, I have not a clue what to say for Robin. So, moving on. Shulk is just another one of those so unique characters that you can't really put anyone else on. Like, and I can't think of a skin for Shulk really. There's nothing else I'd really want as a skin for Shulk. I mean, we already have this. We already have this. Come on. Even though I like default Shulk. Default Shulk is my favourite kind of Shulk. But I don't know. What can we put over Shulk? I mean, you could put Sora. That's not gonna happen. Now this one, Bowser Jr. This one is one that's close to here. All right. As some of you may know, if you follow the channel, or if you're subscribed, or if you catch the live streams, that I am the Mario Party King. And there's one person I want back from the old Mario Parties, and he would work perfectly as Bowser Jr. Koopa Kid! Bring him back! Our Lord, Koopa Kid! I mean, come on. He was Bowser Jr. before Bowser Jr. exists. And I don't hate Bowser Jr., I like the guy. Quite cute. But nothing replaces Koopa Kid in my heart. And he would work perfectly, and he needs that representation in Smash. Mario Party was my childhood, and now I'm an expert on it. Put Koopa Kid in. He can even have ults, because he has the blue, green, and red from Mario Party 5 or 6. I can't remember what one it is. I think it's 6. Just please, Sakurai. Probably one of my most wanted Echo Fighters. Koopa Kid for Bowser Jr. Now this is a bit of an interesting one that will never happen for two reasons. One, both characters in the duo I've made are already assist trophies. Two, they wouldn't exactly work on Duck Hunt, but it's just a cool thing to think of. Solgaleo and Lunala as the Echo Fighter for Duck Hunt. You can imagine Solgaleo being the dog and Lunala being the duck. They just work the same. Instead of the NES attacks, like with the can jumping about, you can have Moongeist Beam, you could have multiple other projectiles from Pokemon. I think it would work. I think that would work really well, and they'd fit this kind of theme of one flying animal and one land animal teaming up to create the ultimate combo. I'm not a big fan of Duck Hunt, but to be honest, I'd give them a try if it was Solgaleo and Lunala, because I love Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They are some of my favourite games in the series, being honest. So, Duck Hunt. get given Solgaleo and Lunala. And now here he is. It's the man who's looking for a challenge. It's Ryu from Street Fighter. Now, I mean, this one's completely obvious. Who wouldn't go for Ken? Ken is the original Echo Fighter. Out of any fighting game, the first person to have an Echo Fighter is this man, Ryu. And that was Ken. And what could we do for Ken? This is how it works in Street Fighter. Shoryuken, mainly as that attack, is a multi-hit. So why don't we have Ken as a multi-hit version of Ryu? So just a lot more of the attacks are multi-hits, and he maybe a bit quicker, does a bit less damage. I think that would work. But there's another idea, I don't know how to pronounce this. Kumara. I've heard about this. I've heard about this guy. Haven't seen him. Well, I've seen him, but I haven't played him. He looks badass. I think he's like their teacher. He could be slower and more powerful. He could be the opposite of Ken. He could be slower, more powerful. Ryu can be the middle. Ken can be the speed and the multi-hits. Oh, there'd be such a perfect blend. If I had to pick out of these three, I think Kumara looks the coolest, and, you know, slower characters tend to be more disrespecty. Shout out to my boy Ganon. So honestly, I would love to see this happen. Out of every single trailer for Super Smash Bros. Ever, none of them has got me more hyped than seeing Super Smash Bros. X Final Fantasy VII and then hearing Cloud say, "I never thought I'd see the day." Because I never thought I'd see the day that Cloud is in Smash, and he's one of the most fun characters, and he's getting nerfed in Ultimate, but maybe he won't be as broken, and maybe I'll be less of a scumbag for playing him, because I play him a lot in Smash 4, and I love Cloud. He's one of my favourite characters ever. But who could it be? It's pretty obvious. Weaker, bigger hitboxes, maybe a bit slower, Sephiroth. Now, they're quite different. Sephiroth has a smaller, thinner sword, but much bigger, even bigger than Cloud's. That would be cool. He could have the Smash 4 Cloud hitboxes, but do a lot less damage. The Limit Break would also work for him, because, you know, from Final Fantasy VII, Limit Break, it's not like anyone else where you could just shove a Limit Break on him, like people said Impa for Cloud, because they both have big swords. Impa couldn't have the Limit Break, but Sephiroth could. So Sephiroth is my pick for my boy, Cloud. By the way, I'd still main Cloud. Next up, we have the boy Corrin and the Barefoot Waifu. And this is another one there isn't really any people for, because swords and turning into a dragon, that's quite unique for a character, especially for one that fits in the criteria of being in Smash Bros. So, I don't know really. Oh, what was that? It was the best girl bell, because it's time for Bayonetta. Kill me now. So, Bayonetta, again, is another obvious one. We could take a character who's pretty much an Echo Fighter in the first place from our own game and put her in, and that is Jeanne. There's already a skin for Jeanne in Super Smash Bros. And I think she'd just be a quicker, easier to KO, less damage Bayonetta. So, I don't really think she'd be nowhere near as good as Bayonetta, because obviously Bayonetta has enough in speed, but that's all we could fit for her. But kind of like how I did with Ken and Kurama, this is what I'm going for. Rodan! Alright, I bet you didn't see this one coming. Could have a similar moveset, except his animations are different. Obviously, from sliding, he could just like float along the floor, he could rise. Slower, more powerful. The Ganon, the Kumara, the Black Shadow effect, I've already explained multiple times. It would work so well for my girl Bayonetta, even though I know Bayonetta's getting nerfed, and I hope she has, and I hope she's not broken, because I really want to play her. Because, I mean, look at her, she's one of the best characters, and Bayonetta 2 is one of my favourite games. Come on, Bayonetta! I mean, if you didn't see me saying Octolinks, what were you going to expect? It could just be a slower, cooler Inkling. Maybe with different guns, they could do multiple other things, and more skins, which is cooler. I'd probably main the Octolinks over the Inklings, because I love the Inklings, but Octoling Girl is just so adorable, so I'd go for the Octoling. I mean, we could use the dragon from Shrek again. Now here he is, it's Simon Belmont. Now I know we said we're not going to talk about people that already have Echo Fighters, so we're just going to have to move on quickly from this one and say Richter. And finishing out this list, shout out to Dan, because it's Dan's boy, King K. Rool. Now, I've got no one for King K. Rool. I'm sorry, but I have two ideas. One, costumes. We could have his like Frankenstein kind of costume, we could have his pirate costume, we could have his boxer costume, we could have all of them. And two, do you remember earlier in this series where for Dedede I said walk the frog? This is where the other half of the moves could come from. Dedede, Bowser, and King K. Rool. The three great kings, alright? They could come together to make Walk the Frog and just make this ultimate character I really want. And with that, we have reached the end of the roster. And that's it. We've made it to the end. Thank you all so much for finishing the entire series if every Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character had an Echo Fighter. Now, if that sentence didn't apply to you, be sure to click in the top left. Is it top left? No, be sure to click in the top right? No, yeah, top right! Top right and watch the entire playlist. And if you're already, while you're at that, I can't speak today, be sure to watch all of the Smash Bros content on this video and try to check out some of my zombie stuff. You never know, you might like it. So, with that out of the way, thank you for making it to the end, and I'll see you in our next Super Smash Bros. Adventure. See you in the next one. Go beyond, don't forget to like, plus Ultra.